that was a great presentation. And for the audience who missed your presentation, could you please tell us more about yourself and the company you're representing?
Yes, sure. I mean, I've been in the industry for 15 years now, since 2008. So we started Unibo 5 years ago. I come from an operator side, so I worked in companies like Betson, Evoke Gaming, Redbet before, and now 5 years ago we started Unibo because we saw a need in the marketplace to create a unified tool for promotions because operators didn't build these things themselves so much. So we saw that providers started building it much more, and we wanted to have one tool that you could do any and all games on rather than having to go to a specific provider and learn the back offices, teach your CRM team the different back offices, which then takes a lot of time and effort. And we saw that it could really help to have this kind of tool where you have any range of promotion types available, like missions, tournaments, jackpots, and so on, and be able to just run good retention campaigns for your players.
Okay, great. And so what do you think? What were the biggest opportunities and respectfully challenges during 2023 in the gaming industry as a whole?
I think there's been a lot of changes in the gaming industry since 2023. It seems like every day something new happens. There's been fines being given to regulated players in UK and in other areas as well. But I think regulation, we saw changes in Curacao regulation. There are many changes in new legislations happening, regulators trying to find their footing in, for example, Germany. We have new regulation in Germany since a few years ago. Everyone is still new, so they're trying to see how they need to change their different regulations.
To adapt.
Yeah, to adapt and how it should work for the clients and the customers. So a lot of customers are understanding if they're big customers, they might not always enjoy playing in the regulated environment. So we see that there are people going to the grey market to play in Curacao or other areas as well. So we'll see how that pans out in 2022 and going forward. But I think it's a lot of things happening, and we see a lot of companies starting. And I mean, for example, game providers, there's more than ever. There's 100 plus online game providers that makes online slots. So it's a very interesting market to be in. It's always changing.
Yes, and it's a really a cutthroat market, I would
Yeah.
say. Okay, and could you tell me how the industry can become more responsible and more sustainable during 2024?
Yeah, I think moving away. One of the things I think is a lot of companies use bonuses or big deposit bonuses to push players to make deposits, or they entice them with cash back to give them money back when they lose money. And I think moving away from these just big values, which often push players to deposit outside of their range. So if a player normally wants to deposit 50 euros, he'll see a 100% up to 100 euro bonus, and he feels that he has to deposit 100 euros to get the most value out of that bonus. If you move away from these big cost items, which also has a lot of abusers that come in and try to take that value from you, and instead focus more on engagement and having promotions that spread the value over a longer period of time for the players and just increases their enjoyment during the gaming session, it will be better. But then also a focus on responsible gaming, I think, is key going forward. We see a lot of companies popping up that work with this and make sure that, because it's always better to have the players play for a longer period of time and enjoying themselves instead of feeling bad about playing for a week and then never coming back to your casino.
Of course, there should be a great balance between having fun time and playing safe and
Yes.
responsible. Okay, and how do you think that the industry could attract, and more importantly, how the industry could retain the new customers?
I think always your product should be the main focus when you want to attract players. Obviously, the industry has over the last 10, 15 years focused a lot on acquisition. Get the players in the door through affiliates, through any sort of means necessary, big bonuses, give them free spins upon sign up without making deposits, all of these things. But I think now when it's more and more regulated, people are starting to focus more on retention and trying to keep their players. So going forward in 2024 and so on, I see a lot more focus around gamification, retention, making sure that the players have more fun when they play the same game that you have at every online casino. Every online casino has 8,000 games now, and there are 200 games released every month from various providers. So with that said, everyone needs to look at how can they add something extra to their proposition rather than just having the same games. And many online casinos look almost the same. They have the same kind of structure with a list of games, 8,000 games long, and so on. So I think working with your product, making sure it's fast, making sure you have the right support, VIP handling, and all of that in place, and just providing a great experience for the players is what's needed in 2024 to keep them and to keep new ones coming in.
Yes, I think that is a great answer. And my final question for you is, what role will the new technologies and innovations such as AI, VR have in the industry?
I think in 2024 we'll see a lot more use of AI.
Okay.
I mean, AI started last year, started with ChatGPT coming in really well, and even the new ChatGPT 4 is amazing, works really well for content creation, it works well for software developers to help them, assist them when they build so they can just produce things faster. It works for imagery, AI has so many different areas that it can work. We have responsible gaming tools such as Mindway AI that works with analyzing large amounts of data sets, and then the AI tries to find the key points that makes try to catch the players before they're actually when they start exhibiting the signs that they might be playing too much. You need to catch them there and make sure you intervene there so you can make sure they're not going over the edge and self-excluding themselves and so on.
So it's kind of like a prevention tool?
Yes.
Okay.
So it gives you the signal so your support or VIP team can then contact the player and make sure that they stay within their means and so on.
Okay. So thank you very much, Alexis.
Thank you.
It was really nice having you here, and have a nice day at BEGE.